I am Fahad Alshawan, a Ph.D. candidate at Penn State University. I specialize in organization development and change. I am also an OD consultant. My experience included Saudi Arabia and the US. My consulting work focuses on providing information and activities that help clients in improving their practices to keep competing and developing in a changing environment. Glad to be a presenter in the Penn State Virtual Conference. In this presentation, I will explain how Saudi organizations could embrace OD values to compete in a changing environment. So let's have an overview information. In 2015, Saudi Arabia launched the 2030 Vision, which involved a large-scale national projects designed to shift the economy from being oil-based to knowledge and technology-based, which has impacted organizations across the country. Many rules and regulations have been enacted, resulting in massive changes that necessitate Saudi organizations improving their competencies to adapt to the new rapidly changing environment. The COVID-19 pandemic poses a significant challenge for Saudi organizations, which are already undergoing a variety of major economic reforms. So, improving OD practices is critical for dealing effectively with the continuous change. The main objective of this paper presentation is to provide suggestions for Saudi organizations to embrace OD values in order to compete in a changing environment. The presentation scheme is as follows: background about OD and change, the importance of OD practices, OD values, challenges and facilitating factors, suggested implementations, and an example of OD activity. Here I want to shed a light about some of OD and change concepts. OD considers change as a continuing process to adapt to a changing world. OD facilitates the change process by improving the social interaction, behavior, and beliefs of the organization's people, which involves stakeholders and employees from all levels in the organization. By encouraging collaboration, engagement, and trust, OD helps to identify and overcome challenges such as resistance to change and conflicting beliefs about it. OD focuses on aligning strategy, structure, management processes, people, rewards, and metrics to improve an organization's capabilities. OD should be equated with creating a great team and a great organization, instead of simply referring to any kind of organizational change, because OD does not always mean change. Successful OD has tended to incorporate widespread internal engagement. So why OD is important for change? Failure is more likely to occur when senior managers or specific experts exclusively shape the vision and implementation of change. Unfortunately, many consulting firms use this kind of model. In contrast, by using the OD approach, which emphasizes collaborative engagement and effective communication from the beginning of the change process, the change almost always succeeds. So, leaders and OD professionals should improve their OD practices by embracing OD values into their performance in order to achieve best results for their organizations in the face of ongoing changes. Yoon and his colleagues conducted a study on values as essential to the current and future of OD. The study involved 42 international professionals and scholars practicing OD in 58 countries. The authors identified 9 core values of OD: awareness of self and system, This value is to promote the ability to recognize oneself and one's client from a systems perspective while dealing with each human system as a whole. Recognizes and differentiates personal and client desires, goals, and ego needs. Continuous learning and innovation. This value is to keep improving and up to date on new developments in the field of OD by involving a data-driven approach to new techniques, methods, and capabilities. Explores and tries new processes, ways of working, concepts, and practices. Integrity. The purpose of this value is to promote ethical and impartial behavior. Keep in mind the confidentiality, privacy, and security of your client's information. Always adhere to ethical codes and principles. Promote justice and manage conflicts of interest. Courageous leadership. This value promotes an open dialogue environment that encourages confident conversation about difficult topics in an honest and direct manner. Trust and respect. This value is to create an environment which promotes emotionally safe setting through evincing empathy. It means to demonstrating deep respect and trust for all individuals and understanding their feeling and circumstances. Diversity. This value recognizes and promotes each individual's distinct presence, role, and contributions. It means emphasizing the significance of all individuals' perspectives and identities. Collaborative engagement. This value promotes the inclusion and empowerment of all internal and external stakeholders. It entails encouraging open participation throughout the system. Strategic practicality means empowering clients by providing them with information and tools that allow them to determine and achieve their desired goals, adapting to changing circumstances, recognizes alternative options and solutions, and promoting strategic thinking. Client growth and development. This value aims to increase OD clients' capacity to empower them to sustain and continue their work and development on their own, reaching out to people at all levels in the organizational structure on a continuous basis to educate and improve interpersonal competencies. These 9 values could help to guide OD professionals in their work and assist organizations' leaders to determine whether their performances aligns with OD practices. Organizations that want to improve OD practices by embracing the OD values require them to develop change initiatives based on their unique needs. So, OD professionals should be aware about the challenges and helping factors. There are several challenges that might occur, such as poor trust, leaders' bad ideas about the change, not understanding the complexity of social systems, and downplaying the role of emotion. Also, the lack of human resources, especially in Saudi Arabia. There are several helping factors which organizations need to improve the OD practices. Leaders' mindset about change and the role of OD professionals. Having skilled OD professionals, leaders recognize the importance of emphasizing social and personal phenomena, having positive workplace environment, understanding the importance of complementing any development programs with the local cultural factors and values. So, how could Saudi organizations embrace the OD values? Understanding the characteristics of Saudi culture is critical for OD professionals to align the general OD values with Saudi values. In Saudi Arabia, for example, ideal leadership styles highlight the significance of strong relationships, as well as the core values of Islamic principled living, such as forgiveness, compassion, openness, and trust. Appreciative inquiry is a useful OD tool that aligned with Arab cultural factors, such as narrative communication, positive intentions, strong family and relationship orientation, and social homogeneity. Sharing stories about what was working well as a part of an appreciative inquiry approach helps employees feel connected to one another and improving a sense of ownership over the organization's continued success. Effective communication is essential to understand the human factor in problem solving and decision making. Dialogic OD method plays a significant role to improve the communications and collaboration. For example, trying to create an environment that promotes generative conversations to generate new ideas, promote innovation, and enable individuals to think and act in ways they could not do before. It is vital to ensure effective communication systems that encourage all employees and stakeholders to collaborate and engage the development of change initiatives and processes. Here I want to describe briefly an example of OD activity that I created using the SOAR analysis technique to assist leaders improving their OD practices. SOAR stands for Strengths, Opportunities, Aspirations, and Results. SOAR is a tool that is used in appreciative inquiry. In this activity, before beginning the SOAR analysis, individuals should discuss their strengths and share stories about successful events regarding OD values. Individuals then perform the SOAR analysis. Based on the SOAR analysis findings, they should suggest action steps for their organization or department to achieve the desired goals. And as always, in OD, it is the client's responsibility to find solutions and suitable initiatives. OD consultants simply assist and facilitate the process by providing information, ensuring effective communication, and encouraging collaborative engagement. This presentation can be summarized in 3 major points. To compete in a changing environment, Saudi organizations must first improve their OD practices. Embracing OD values would promote the improvement of OD practices. Finally, OD practices must be complemented with local cultural factors as well as the needs of the organization's unique circumstances. I want to conclude this presentation with a question that I might be asked. What should we focus on as Saudi OD consultants to improve OD practices? I think there are 2 major things. First, OD consultants should focus on enhancing leaders' mindsets about OD concepts. It will be a waste of time if leaders do not support the OD processes. Secondly, and most importantly, OD professionals should be aware of the Saudi cultural traits and unique circumstances. It would be a mistake to simply replicate Western development models without considering local culture and contextual factors. Thank you for having me in this conference. Thanks for listening to my presentation. If you have questions, concerns, or want to communicate, here is my contact information and feel free to contact me. Thank you.